Welcome to the Football Fun Factory podcast with me, James Cutting, and my co-founder,
Johnny Martin.
It's a new feature of the Football Fun Factory podcast, which is a weekly edition where we talk about the word of the week. So, Johnny, I'm going to hand over to you to talk through what the word of the week actually is.
So, at the FFF, every single week we have a different word that showcases some fantastic life skills. So, we of course want the children to develop their football skills within our sessions, but our priority when we talk about development is actually helping the children develop life skills that are going to help them not only during the football sessions that they do and football games that they play, but also in other areas of life and in later life. So we have a different word that we zone into every single week that the coaches share with the children that hones in onto a different life skill that we try and teach and encourage. And this week, the word of the week is, JC?
The word of the week's kindness. Kindness. And for any children listening to this podcast who are heading to their Football Fun Factory sessions this week, what we want to do is give you a bit of an overview of why we've chosen the word kindness and how you can build that into your football. The word isn't, by the way, goal scoring or defending or crossing or tackling, all those words that you'd expect to hear in the world of football. Ours are very different. So kindness, for me, kindness in football comes out in a number of ways. Let me give an example and I'll throw it over to you and we'll bat it back and forth. So the first one for me would be being kind to your teammates or the children that you're playing with at your session. So if you were turning up to your football session and you wanted to go in goal, you go in goal, but someone else said, I wanted to go in goal this week, then it would be kind to allow someone else to turn in goal. You might want to stay in goal, but actually being kind and being thoughtful and thinking of others is a great example of that. Give us an example, Johnny, of kindness in football.
At my session last week that I attended, there was a child that was a little bit frustrated at something someone else did in the team. And you could tell they were frustrated, but rather than sort of showcase their frustration and say, come on, you do that better or whatever it was, he actually tried to frame it in a really kind and helpful way.
Okay.
So he said, next time you get the ball, think about trying this. And I thought that was a really kind way to frame it, because although they was just disappointed that their team had conceded, he didn't say it in a nasty way or a mean way. He framed it in a really kind way to try and help his teammates. And I think that, for me, is one thing that everyone should try and do within their sessions this week, is whatever you're thinking or about to say, can you frame it in the kindest possible way?
Nice. And I've got one more top tip for the kids listening to this week's podcast before you go out, run around, smile and have fun at your Football Fun Factory session, which is to listen carefully to your coach, because your coach every single week will tell you about the word of the week. Your parent will get an email that tells them all about it as well. But every week your coach will be talking to you about the word of the week. This week it's kindness. Make sure you listen really carefully, because they are not only a brilliant football coach, they will not only teach you loads of brilliant football skills, they'll teach you some fantastic life skills along the way. So listen out to your coach and learn all about kindness.